of struggling a little bit with this flower. I made the decision to use the same brush set for it that I used for the pup, and it's not really suited for it, but I put so much work in on the flower so far that I'm kind of committed at this point and I don't want to change it. So we're going with it, and lesson learned on trying to paint flowers with a brush that's more suitable for fur. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the flower kind of loose and not make it as super detailed as the pepper, because I want it to feel like background. On one hand, it's been kind of fun leaving myself this much freedom with these portraits, because I mean, other than being like, I'll draw your pet, I haven't been really setting any expectations with the clients, and on some of them I've done like less abstract backgrounds, some I've done more, but I've kept all the backgrounds pretty painterly. It's just really different than tattoo design, at least for me, because usually when people come to me wanting a tattoo, they're pretty specific about their expectations and what they're wanting and what they feel like the final product should look like. So yeah, on one hand it's been pretty fun to have a little bit of freedom, but on the other hand it's been almost like a little intimidating, because I've, been a full-time working artist pretty much my whole adult life, and I've always had like a ton of like, this is what I want exactly, on the other hand, I think it's like helping me find some of my own artistic inspiration to a point, rather than trying to adapt my skill set to like the hyper specific thing people are asking me for, so that's kind of fun. Sorry guys, having some technical difficulties. Just give me 1 sec. Get the stream back up. I'm using like a third-party app to mirror my iPad, so my laptop, and then streaming with OBS, and it puts my stream pretty behind, and it's always crashing, which is kind of frustrating, but working with what I got here. Alright, and we are back. Okay, thanks for the follow. Thank you. This is a commission for a client. I'm really enjoying it. So I mentioned this earlier, but I don't think anybody was here to hear me. I had to put this drawing aside for like a day because I was really struggling with this flower. I decided to use the same brush set that I used for the dog on the flower. So I was like, oh, the bandana looks great. It, you know, don't have to paint fur with it. Yeah, it's kind of been a struggle, but I already put like a good hour in on the petals, so I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna go with it. I want to keep the background kind of loose and painterly anyhow, so In my normal day-to-day life, when there's not an apocalypse happening, I'm a tattoo artist, and I actually tattoo a lot of animal portraits, but it's mostly been like wildlife portraits, and I would really like to do more commission pet portraits, both as paintings and as tattoos. It's actually pretty much how I've been paying my bills since I had to shut down my tattoo shop. But I'm really hoping that when I get back to work, more people will want their pets tattooed. Because I am definitely really enjoying making these. Thanks, Burritat Police. Yeah, it's funny. When I make new friends and they find out that I am a tattoo artist, they always think I'm going to try to talk them into getting a tattoo. But, you know, I definitely don't feel like they're necessarily for everybody. Although they are addictive. I feel like once you start, it's pretty hard to stop. I was only going to get one and I am covered, so... Alrighty, I am going to ditch my sketch layer here on the flower. I'm not done with the flower, but I'm gonna start on the background because I'm not quite sure how much I want to tighten up the flower or how like loose I want to leave it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I feel like my cat doesn't give a shit about what he sees on a screen. Like, I don't think he even is like, he just doesn't care. But it is funny though, he definitely can recognize people's voices over the phone. But yeah, he doesn't. If something's happening on a screen, he does not care. So the reference photo that I'm using for this doesn't, it's like mostly, oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, my cat's kind of old and grumpy. He's not always real playful, but he's a sweetheart in his own way. Does your cat like dogs or not like dogs? Like, do you think he's like, oh, let me get that dog? Or do you think he wants to be friends? Oh, I do not like that. So I just started using Procreate, like, I don't know, 2 weeks before this whole stay home stuff started. I don't know. I feel like maybe I tend to paint the way that you design tattoos. And when you design tattoos, you want the whole the whole image to flow in the same direction. So that's definitely part of why I placed the flower the way I did. But I mean, yeah, also, I don't know, I definitely, like, when I do stuff like this, you know, like, I'm working with 2 separate reference photos, like one for the dog and one for the sunflower. Sorry, I've been like trying to like talk to my chat more, but also I like ADD, hard time multitasking. But I'm loving talking to you guys, so you're not like bothering me or anything. But no, I totally got lost. He'll come back. Oh, I kind of like that. When it came to like choosing a reference photo for the flower, I really wanted to, or I needed to find one that had, you know, like the same lighting as the reference photo for the dog. And that was the first one that I found that I really liked and that I felt would like fit in well with this. So when it comes to realism or like semi-realism, I'm pretty reference dependent. I feel like that's kind of one of my weaknesses as an artist. Something that I am definitely trying to work on. But I mean, at the same time, I feel like on some level, like your process is your process. And as long as you're not, you know, copying other people's work or anything, I think that, you know, whatever works for you is what works for you. Oh, I agree. I was really stoked when this was the reference image that my client sent me, because this dog looks very cute and very friendly. Oh yeah, what's your tattoo of? If you don't mind telling me, you don't have to tell me. Like a tattoo like of the band, like a portrait, or is it like their logo or album cover? Like, what band is it? So for each one of these portraits, I have been Oh no. You probably know this, so I'm sorry to lecture you. But if you wear sunscreen, your tattoos hold up a lot better. Even if you're a skin tone that doesn't normally like feel like they need sunscreen, even if the sun like doesn't damage your skin, it can still damage your tattoo pretty bad. So yeah, right now I'm gonna create a pattern to go in the background of the portrait. I do like Amaziograph, but it's like not anywhere close to as smooth or as user-friendly. Okay, the Ramones, I can respect that. Old school, I like it. I have some song lyrics tattooed on me from what were my favorite bands when I was in my early 20s. That has changed, but I still stand by what the lyrics say, so. Oh hi, I could be Jack. You were here the other day, right? It's nice to see you again. Me too, I'm pretty pasty. Ah, shit. Forgot to make a new layer. Oh no. Give me one sec, guys. Sorry. I have lots of weird reference pictures in my images. So I just blacked out my camera for a second while I imported that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, I do have ADHD, like, diagnosed by a doctor and all that. But then again, I was a little kid in the 90s and everybody was diagnosed ADHD back then, so who knows. But no, for real. I definitely classic ADHD symptoms. But luckily, tattoo artist does a pretty good job for people who have that. It's definitely demanding, but, you know, you get to kind of create your own structure and do things the way you want to do things after you are established and like have been in it for a while. So I feel like it's a pretty solid way for me to make ends meet without having to like be on meds or anything. Okay. I feel like I used to be like that, but I don't have time to be like that. When things are open and I'm like working full time, I'm having to, you know, basically, because I mean I do 1 to 4 tattoos a day typically, so and I'm usually drawing for it like the night before or that morning. So I mean, I just having to produce as much as I have to produce under normal circumstances, you know, you just gotta kind of be able to go with the flow and work with what you got. I mean, of course, the goal is for someone's tattoo to be perfect, but, you know, sometimes somebody moves and a line gets messed up and you have to figure out how to, like, work it in. You can't just, like, scrap their arm, you know? Alright. Good here. I'm pretty happy with the background, but I do want to add just a little bit more detail to the flower. I didn't realize this until I started streaming, but I have this like really weird bad habit of like craning my neck at horrifying angles while I'm drawing. Because normally when I'm tattooing, obviously like there's a limit to how much you can move people, but I figured we'd do leftovers for lunch.
Okay. Yeah, just see if you're hungry. You want me somewhere?
I'm almost done with this. I figure I'll eat when it's done, but thank you, baby.
What are you listening to?
My iPad.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want it to be too loud because I don't want to get gat for the music, but thank you. That was my husband, guys. He's wonderful and sweet and handsome and funny. And I am so lucky to be locked in the house with him and not anybody else. I used to live with a ton of roommates, and while I love them dearly, some of them, I am so happy that that's not the situation we're in, being stuck at home. Dude, I want this dog too. She looks so soft and so sweet. So ever since I started doing these pet portrait commissions, I keep joking to my husband that this is actually just like my creepy plot to get cute pictures of everyone's pets. I mean, I'm doing the work, so I guess it's not a creepy plot, but I love our cat very much. He is wonderful, but gosh, I want a dog. It's fine. We have really awesome landlords, but they are not okay with us having a dog because this house is pretty tiny. I think the flower just needs a couple little highlights, and then I need to work on her left eye a little bit too. It's just not quite perfect. Just got like a little more. More of a defined eyelid over there. What's your cat's name? My cat is named Gigi, after the cat from Kiki's Delivery Service. Oh, that's a good name. I love cats with people names. That's my favorite. We have a neighbor cat named George, and he is the cutest, fattest black and white cat. And I love that he just has a little man name. He knocks on our door late at night, like sometimes even around like 1 a.m, and asks to be let in. He's been a little standoffish lately, though. I don't know what's up with him. But him and my cat are friends. They go off into the night and have little dude adventures. That's really funny. My mission before we move out of here in a couple of years is to make friends with all the neighborhood cats. Been trying to strike up a friendship with this squirrel too. Those highlights are too much. Yep. I think I'm gonna call done. Better sign it. People expect their tattoos to take like months and months. Or not, you know, like different, like lots of different sessions, and like there's this expectation that's gonna take forever, but I feel like I'm like really slow at painting these portraits too, and I keep feeling really bad at how long it's taken me, but I keep reminding myself that it takes how long it takes, and it's okay.